Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's me again. I missed this morning because I was so busy, with the kids and getting to work, and I had to get to work early and get it, everything together. So I just didn't have time to do my little live thing that I try to do every morning. But I want to say good afternoon, though. I'm on lunch and I got to go take my wife to a doctor's appointment. So while we're making this little run on the road, I'm just going to tap into a few friends and just talk about some of the things we've been talking about. I want to welcome all the men, especially. I want to say, hey, how y'all doing today? How's the day going? I like to call you Warriors for Freedom, WFF. That's right, Warriors for Freedom. That's who we are. And so what's heavy on my heart this afternoon? Boy, when you work on a construction site, you hear all kinds of things, Guy tell me he getting out and he just meet this girl online and, and then he got to go by his girlfriend up in Port St. Lucie. That's an hour ago. And it seems that a lot of times us men, we just consumed with the pursuit, the hunt, I call it, the hunt for woman. I guess that's man's quest to go where no man has gone before. But anyhow, what's on my mind really, what that brought to my mind this morning was something that, something that I talk with men in groups about. And what I like to talk to men in groups about, I hope there ain't too much breeze coming through here and I got to keep my eye on the road, so don't mind if I look distracted. I got to focus on the road. But I just thought this morning, this afternoon, that's what it is. This afternoon, hey y'all, good afternoon. This is a lunchtime break, I guess you can call it. I want to talk about two things, arousal template and secrets. Okay, as a recovering sexual addict who is in the healing process and on this road for about 8 years now, and God has totally done an amazing restoration. One day, I got to take the time and share my testimony as I do to men all over. But I want to talk about the arousal template. You might ask, what's that? What's an arousal template? And first thing I want to say is that you got an arousal template. And I'm discussing basically, what arouses you. I guess we hear all kind of songs that talk about, hey, yeah, gotta know what turns you on. Gotta know what turns you on. Or, when I get that feel, arousal template. If you hang around guys a lot of times guys will see a girl walk through the door and they'll kind of go, hey, she's a blonde, she got blue eyes. Hey, Jimmy, that's your type. How do we know that? Because we know when this guy sees these type of women, he get interested. And that's his arousal template. When he sees a certain place, a certain woman, a certain look, a certain environment, he all of a sudden gets turned on. That's the arousal template. So, I got to be careful on the road. I got to be careful with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I got to be careful how I'm driving right now because I got the cops right on my tail. But I can try to stay focused on the story, okay? But what I got is arousal template is what turns you on. What turns you on? What is it you like about women? For some men, it could be the age. For some men, it could be the look. For some men, it could be the environment. For some men, it could be the place. For some men, it's the voice, the sound, the way she laughs, the way she acts. And I want to say that when we talk about arousal templates, it's usually based on our adolescent experience as regards sexuality, as regards when all of a sudden we looked at girls in a different way, in a different manner. We saw something different, and we just wasn't the same no more, other than the innocent boy that I used to be. All of a sudden, they look different. I remember that happened to me like in junior high or something like that. All of a sudden, and I was a church boy. I grew up in church. I got a church background and all this. But all of a sudden, I started seeing things differently. I started seeing girls differently. And all of a sudden, something about them piqued my interest. But then, your arousal template is usually tied to some sort of experience where dopamine is released in your system. You experience I like it to call it a chemical, the brain chemical. Something clicks, something happened with some girl somewhere with some look. And sometimes this even happens in a safe environment, an unsafe environment, an abusive environment, a secret environment, a shame environment. And all of this would then create your arousal template. And when you face this situation again in life, you see it, automatically all the chemicals in your body kick in and you respond and you act. And what I want to say here is that every man's got to be aware of what his arousal template is. If you don't know your arousal template, the devil will catch you with a sucker punch. The devil will sneak up on you and surprise you, and you'll find yourself in a situation with a woman and a situation in sexual situations, and you wondering how you get there. It was your limbic system kicking in, and your arousal template kicked in, and all of a sudden, all the circumstances are right for something bad to happen. And in my case, I used to think something good's going to happen. Something good's going to happen. You know what I mean? Look the way she looks, the way, all of these things. But I was not aware that I had an arousal template. And so, guess what? Mine was jacked up. And here, I got to share some secrets with you guys. It's a secret for y'all, but it ain't for me and the men in the groups that I run. But here's what. In my situation, I was in church all the time and everything like that. I end up losing my virginity. I lose my virginity, but guess what? I lost my virginity to an older girl, and I lost my virginity to my cousin, who I just met. Okay? And with that went a lot of shame. But with that went a lot of guilt. But there were circumstances around that experience that were to affect me for the next 40, 50 years of my life. Number one, it was almost like a date rape situation. And I'm not going to go into it right now because I write about it in my book. Number two, it was family. Number two, there was shame. Number three, I was a Christian kid. Number four, she was a pastor's daughter. Number five, it happened around church environment. All the things that was perfect for me then to identify sex and being turned on and to being aroused, all that is tied into my sexuality and my guilt and my shame. And that affected the way I kept what I like to call secrets. A lot of us men, we carry secrets. That's right, something that we ain't gonna tell nobody. We going to the grave with that. Okay? And guess what? That's the exact same thing that the enemy uses to keep you in bondage. The enemy uses that to sucker punch you every time. The enemy uses that to get me every time. And he got me every time for over 40 years. But as you begin to come out of the closet and come out of the secrets and come out, and that's what I'm saying to men today. Two things I want you to go, even if you go on the internet and look it up, you can find information there. Arousal template, what's that? And begin to define yours. And I'm going to talk about this more and more. And the next thing is, what secrets are you carrying? Are there 5 people in the world that knows everything about you? And if you got something that you still taking to the grave with you, guess what? The devil is going to use that as a hangman's noose around your neck. So today, here's what I want to say. Is understand your arousal template. And number 2, realize that keeping secrets only can keep you in trouble and keep you in bondage. Especially if you're a Christian. Secular guys don't even check for it, don't even care about it. They're not even aware of it. They don't care about it. The devil ain't checking for them. But y'all who call yourself Christian, and y'all who call yourself growing up in church, and y'all who call yourself spiritual or religious, quote unquote, or good guys. You see, I was a good Christian, nice guy. But hey, I was still steeped in my pornography. I was still steeped in the situation, because guess what? Here's how I got into pornography. Before I was exposed to my first experience, the young lady exposed me to pornography. Back in the day, they had something called the Pink Pussycat Show. I ain't know what that is. I brand new to Florida. I come, she take me there. She's supposed to be showing me around the town. And then we get out of that situation. All of a sudden, I'm aroused. Number 2, she took advantage of it. Number 3, she's telling me, if you didn't do something, I throwing you out of this car. I'm lost. I'm brand new to the city. So I tell y'all a little bit about the story, but I ain't tell y'all everything, okay? But that experience affected me. From then on, you know, I was nervous, I was scared, I was hiding, it was secret, I felt emasculated, I felt humiliated, ashamed, and I couldn't tell nobody about it. I kept that secret for over 30 years. I've been married 3 times and still didn't share with nobody until the most recent times of my life. Now I want to know, what is it that you're carrying? What secrets it is that you got? And I'm talking to men. I'm talking to warriors for freedom. I even ain't talking to women. I'm talking to man. Y'all men, y'all need to start talking and y'all need to open up. I'm stop being an intimacy anorexic. Go look that up too, see what that is. I'll talk about that sometime too. As we begin to deal with these issues, we'll begin to peel back the onion. And we begin to realize why we struggle so, and why the devil got us in such bondage. Okay, so that's me. I got to go pick up my daughter, take my wife to the doctor, and do some other things, and my lunchtime is over, okay? So I love you guys. God bless you. Let me pray for you. Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray for men right now. I pray that you would strengthen them, give them a pure mind. Oh, God, help them not just to be spiritual and religious, but help them to realize that there's a God that don't get shocked by nothing they say and nothing they do. God knows everything about them. You know everything about me, God. There ain't no secrets. And guess what, God? I thank you because you set me free. And if you can set me free, and Lockhart, and you know Lockharts, they some wild guys. They do some things. As I go back into my family background, I begin to tell you all, I got one uncle who got 65 kids. My daddy had 27 children with the women he was married to, and then all the rest I didn't know but them. Okay? I know them, but hey, my dad said, they come and they say they're my kids, then they're my kids. You know what I mean? So guess what? I'm from a line of sexual addicts. But guess what? I'm out of the closet with it. I ain't hiding no more. And I free. Ice free. In Jesus' name. And you could be free too. Have a fantastic day. God bless you. And I'm out. See ya. Period.